Hello everyone. I want to thank you for being here today. What I'm about to share isn't just another celebrity story, and it's not one of those trending moments that come and go. Today's story is something that lingers. It's emotional, raw, and deeply human. It's about love, sacrifice, loss, and the kind of pain that changes people forever. It's the story of Yağmur and Barış, a couple whose bond was once considered unbreakable, until fate placed them in front of an impossible decision. It all began with joy, a celebration, a hope, a future they were building together. Yağmur Aysel, a rising star loved by many for her warm smile and natural charm, was expecting her first child with the man she adored, Dr. Barış, not only her partner in love, but her rock, her anchor, her calm in every storm. Their story was one that inspired many, and from the outside, it looked like nothing could shake what they had. But sometimes life doesn't follow the plans we make, and sometimes happiness has a way of turning into heartbreak in the blink of an eye. On a quiet Sunday evening, everything changed. Yağmur was rushed to the hospital. Something had gone wrong. It was supposed to be the day they met their baby, the one they had dreamed about for months. But when they arrived at the hospital, the mood shifted. The medical team was prepared, but no one was expecting what came next. Complications escalated rapidly. A sudden collapse. Doctors were forced to act fast. And at the center of it all was Barış, not just as the man who loved Yağmur, but as the doctor who had to face an unbearable truth. There was only one life he could save: his wife or their child. Witnesses say the room went silent. Machines beeped. Nurses froze. Barış, who had always been known for his composure, broke for the first time. He asked for a moment alone with Yağmur. He placed a trembling hand on her stomach, whispered words no one else heard, and made the choice that would change their lives forever. "I can't lose her," he said. The medical team did everything they could. They worked tirelessly, and when it was over, Yağmur was alive. But the baby never took a breath. The hospital released a brief statement. Clinical, emotionless. But behind the walls, grief hung in the air like smoke. The woman everyone adored had survived, but the price of her life was a future that would never come. When Yağmur opened her eyes, she didn't know. She didn't know what had been lost. And when she asked softly, barely above a whisper, "Where is the baby?" Barış answered the only way he could, "I chose to save you. I couldn't imagine a world without you." That moment shattered something between them, because as much as she loved him, as grateful as she was to be alive, she had been ready to be a mother. She had been prepared to give everything for that child. And now there was only silence. The public didn't wait. The news spread fast. Debates flared. Was it a selfish decision? Was it the only right one? Some defended him, saying he did what any husband would. Others questioned whether his love had clouded his judgment. The world had opinions, but only two people knew what it truly felt like. Barış stepped away from the hospital. He stopped taking patients. He stayed by Yağmur's side, cooking, reading, talking about hope and healing. But every time he spoke of tomorrow, her eyes looked elsewhere, into a space only she could see. A space where their baby had once existed. She had picked out a name. She had folded tiny clothes. She had imagined lullabies and late-night feedings. Now, there was nothing. Just an emptiness no words could reach. One night, while Barış was asleep in the chair beside her, Yağmur got up. Quietly, she wrote a letter and placed it on the nightstand. Then, without a word, she left. The letter read, "Thank you for choosing me, but I needed to choose too. I needed to be a mother, not just a survivor. I don't know if I can forgive you yet. I only know I need distance to find out if love can still live between us. If fate brings us back together, maybe then we'll begin again. But next time, without impossible choices between us." No one has seen her since. Some say she went south, to a village by the sea. Others believe she's in Italy with family. Wherever she is, she left behind a home filled with memories, and one room that no one has entered since. The baby's room. The crib is still there. The folded clothes. A card above the dresser that reads, "Welcome, my love. We dreamed of you." Barış never opened the door. He walks past it at night, pausing with his hand on the knob but never turning it. The man once praised for his strength now lives in silence. He reads her letter over and over again, searching for a hint of hope between the lines. Sometimes he thinks he hears her voice in the hall. Sometimes he dreams of her standing in the doorway, holding their baby. But when he wakes, the house is still. And Yağmur, too, lives with her own pain. In a house far from everything, near the sea, she writes in a notebook, trying to heal. She stares at the waves. She remembers the life she almost had. Sometimes she smiles. Sometimes she cries. Because the body can recover. But the heart, well, the heart takes longer. She doesn't hate him. She never could. Because love doesn't disappear after tragedy. It simply becomes something else. It becomes a quiet ache. A whisper in the dark. A memory that refuses to fade. One day, she saw a young couple playing with a baby on the beach. And she wrote, "Today, I saw the life we didn't get. And for the first time, I didn't cry. I closed my eyes and imagined him running toward me. I want to live, even if it hurts." This is not the end of their story. Perhaps one day, paths will cross again. Perhaps love will find its way back. But for now, it lives in letters, in dreams, in rooms left untouched, and in the hearts of two people who lost something they can never replace. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, please leave your thoughts in the comments. Subscribe to stay connected, and click the join button if you'd like to support the channel. Until next time, stay kind, stay close to your loved ones, and never take a moment for granted. Goodbye for now.